Okay, so the basic metal material looks quite not bad, but still there are some stuff that I need to fix before I go into something else. So this dirt is too much, so I want to fix that. It's good at certain places, but not at all. So let's mask it out right here. I don't need it there, like so. Same thing here. And now let's check out the whole slide. Okay, I guess I'll go another route, add a paint layer, set it to multiply, and now let's paint it only where we need it with 100% flow. Okay, so obviously it's here, right there, can be there, can be here. Saturation is dirt. And for my taste, it's kind of too bright. Let's get it darker, like this. Yeah, as the metal is black, so it's better to make the dirt even darker. Okay. So I guess it was fine on the sides. So let's add some here. Not completely. Okay. Yeah, some sort of like that. Okay. So I guess I want to do those white spots right there. On the sides. I can't understand why I don't like this part here. Come on. No, it's just the substance, I guess. Looks fine. So let's go to this fiber and create a new layer, call it white spots. Leave everything disabled except diffuse map and a blank mask, and let's just paint it with a sharp alpha, like so. Oh, that's too much. That was too big. Let's make it smaller, like so. Yep. Now the aiming looks correct. There's also one thing I want to do is for that background over there. Let's go right here. Let's call it darkening. So leave everything disabled except diffuse, spec, and gloss. Set diffuse to completely black, specular to black, and completely not glossy, so it would be just basically black. Now let's edit the mask, and now I'm going to paint by polygon. So just select these guys. I don't need this part being visible because it's fake, you know. There should be some internals of the gun, but I want to hide those. So this is going to be like this, completely black. It's like something out there, but it's not. All right. Now another thing I want to do, which is quite obvious, is this hard edges right there, hard bright edges. And this is a result of holster carrying the gun. When you put the gun into a holster, this is like the first place you are going to interact with the holster. And so you can see this part is really wary, which is kind of cool. I really do like this straight scratch right there. I guess I'll do something kind of like that. This looks really good. So let's do that. So again, knowing and identifying those unique markings is the main thing that tells the story of this gun and makes it believable and makes it look cool and unique. So you should really pay attention to those kind of details. It's really important. Gives you like, it sells your weapon that you do. Okay, seems like this folder is not needed. Just delete it. Let's add a new layer, call it edges hard. Let's keep only spec, turn it pretty bright, add a black mask, add a generator, and let's do the metal edge generator. Grunge amount set to minimum so that, oh, you can see this thing creates really not bad effects right there. I kind of like it. So let's see if it does exactly what I want. I guess I'll have to create two separate layers because when you see those things, it is too much on the edges. So yeah, I'll go this for now, or a bit brighter. Yeah, like so. But obviously that's too much for all the edges, so let's add a paint layer, move it underneath, set to multiply. And now I want to paint those things where I think it's good. Obviously it's going to be here, but not all the way through, just the beginning. So obviously here. I'm just marking for now, not going too far. It's easier to do on the specular. Let's go up here and paint only on the slide so that it will be easier to control this thing. So I don't need this here because this is not logical. There will be nowhere at this part, but it will be some here. Like that. This place will be tricky because it is mirrored. Okay, let's keep it like this. Let's do some part of it here, but not here. And obviously not here. Like that. And not here. Okay, I guess I would do it here because you would touch this place quite often. Same thing on this side. Okay, so now it's time to do this part looking nice. So let's go set the low flow and move it like this. Make it nice, like this gradient transition. Like so. This is not too bad. Right there. Okay, let's look at this with the material on. Okay, this looks not bad, but it's kind of too clean. You know, kind of too clean. Even with soft transitions. It's too clean in here as well. Make the transition like a gradient, like so. Let's add it here, for example. Don't make it that clean. Okay, now let's try and break it with a bit of a grunge, so that it would be not that smooth, you know. Let's turn it on and off and see if it makes any sense. Let's play with it on the gloss. For example, make it darker. I don't like it here, it's too chunky. Let's make grunge less. Okay, so I guess I want to add some custom edges, custom painted edges, because it's too sharp, too clean. Need to break it somehow. So I have this nice alpha edge, this one. I actually did this alpha myself from a photo when I was flying in the plane, and there was this cardboard instruction for airplanes, and it had like really cool weird edge, and this is basically it. So come on, move the flow. Right, forgot the hotkeys. So make this transition soft, like so. Now it though looks more believable, not that clean. Okay, let's do the same thing here. I have a couple more edges here. Some of those look not bad as well. Let's use this one. Come on, rotate it. Like that. Yep. Gives me a nice result. Also, you can do the opposite part and paint like so. Also gives you a nice result. Makes this thing not that clean. Like this. Just want to do the same here. No, that was too much. Just do this. No, here. Yep. Like so. Just making those edges look nicer. And not that clean. More dynamic. Like this. Always forget to switch between brush and eraser. Like that. It's okay to use same alpha for both sides because you won't be able to see those from one angle, so it's cool. Like so. Edges. Come on. Again. Like so. Okay. Let's do the opposite part right here. Break it. Some sort of like this. And here and here. Like that. Okay, so the manually painted layer is kind of too bright. So I guess I want to do some sort of like this. So that it would be not that bright. However, you can see it messes up my black mask that I painted. So let's go and do the same thing again, but on the correct layer. Like that. Okay. It did something. Now let's duplicate this guy here, delete the paint layer, delete another paint layer set to normal, and crank it up for that kind of cool stuff there. Those things. Yeah, those things look good. So now let's add paint layer, set to multiply, and now let's just paint it here with white mask. Right there. I don't need it on the edge, that harsh. Guess that's too much. Keep it like this. Okay, so what I want to do now is this kind of crazy thing. But I think it's better to do here, I guess, or here, not sure. So let's add another paint layer, manual. Let's go to alphas and find a nice alpha. This one is not bad. Or this one. You can see that line over there. Come on, turn off angle, jitter. Okay, let's try it. And now just clean the rest, which is not needed, obviously. Whoa, that's too much. I don't need it on the barrel. And I needed this guide rod here. So let's check it out. I think I need more control over it, so let's duplicate this guy on the previous one, delete this paint layer on this guy, delete everything except this paint layer. Edges hard, manual. Now it's easier to fix it. That's too far. This looks not bad. Let's another paint layer. Go to this and find edges again and put it there. And erase the extra. Okay. Let's make it not that obvious. Not that bright, but a bit darker. You can see that. Clean it up. Right here. And I guess I want to do the same thing, but on the other side. So do this. And let's try to use the same alpha or this one. Right there. Now clean out the rest. I don't need it anywhere else but there. Right, I bet it did everything else on the barrel and the guide rod. Yep. Right there. Clean this up as well. So it's easier to paint on here. And let's make this transition a bit better looking. So how about this guy? Come on. This one. Nope. Still no. Let's try the one I used before. Now just clean it up. As you can see, there's quite a bit. There's actually a lot of manual work, and this is what makes the whole difference when you look at some kind of gun. When there's like a lot of that hand painted stuff, it actually makes the difference. It makes The gun looks believable and cool. Yeah. Now you like do believe that there might be this part of the holster when you put the gun and you leave those marks. This is kind of cool. So I want to make this transition a bit lighter. Right here. Because it's going off too harsh. Same here. Like that. Okay. So let's add a bit more this smudgy part. Not sharp, but a bit different. Let's try this alpha here. Turn off angle. Let's fix it. Whoa, that's too much. Some sort of like that. Guess I did it too much. Let's set flow to 1. See, like even number 1 flow parameter makes a difference. Yeah, this looks nice. This looks much better. Let's do the same on this side. Maybe there's another alpha. How about this one? Yep. Yeah, this makes sense. All right. And I guess I want to make it glossy. Because it looks weird when it's not glossy. At least the same gloss level as the rest. Like so. And there's like really cool thing as well. Here you can see that yellowish to green. I guess it's because of the gases expanding from the tip of the barrel when the gun is firing. So that makes a different color here. That would be neat as well. I want to place that thing before the hard edges. Let's call it barrel tip variation. Black mask. Generator. Edge wear. and set specular to overlay and invert your mask. And now let's play with the grunge amount and everything rest. No, I guess I'll go with custom generator. Cavities and edges. Not sure which one I need. About cavities only or edges. Not sure which one do I need. Let's go with cavities. Or I can go without any kind of generator. I think I go with just a simple brush. Let's try it. But not here, but here. Yeah. Well, I guess the regular brush will do the work. This is not the final color, obviously. Just for better mask painting. Now let's flip and make this gradient like more gradient, softer transition, like that. Yep, that looks nice. Now let's do the color work. So let's go with something reddish. Yellowish. Obviously that's too much. How about that? I guess somewhat like this looks okay. Let's see the whole gun here. Yep. Okay, let's see how this thing gonna look like in Marmoset. actually don't like this. This is too much. Oh. So let's save this guy and send it to Marmoset and see how it's gonna be. Okay, so this looks not that bad, but the only thing that I don't like that this edge wear is too bright. It's cool, but it's too bright. How about this side? I like this side more. I really like this color variation. The yellowish part there looks kind of cool. But this thing is too bright. Okay. Yeah. However, this one's not that bright, or it is. I don't know. Okay, let's go here. And let's tone down some of these guys. For example, this one. Make it not that bright. Yeah. Same for this one. Still bright enough so that you could see it, but not that bright so that it stands out too much. Yeah. This is another way of doing this. Okay. So I guess I want to make this yellowish part less glossy. I think it's gonna, but with overlay mode. Somewhat like this. Yeah. Assuming that this is some kind of gas sticked to the slide, like small particles of it. That might be true actually. Let's make it a bit smoother here. No, not that hard. Smoother. Like that. Like so. Yep. And I need to clean it here. Or I need to add it here. I guess I need to add it. But at here. Like so. guess that's kinda too much. So let's try this another trick. Duplicate this layer and let's add levels and tone it towards the center and make it different color. For example, yellowish or reddish or green. Yeah. So that you can see you have this two-tone transition. Like this, and let's blur it. Or let's switch places, blur and levels. Or no. Turn off glossiness. Let's leave only the color. And make it barely seen. So that, yeah, you can see that there's more than one color going on and it's much more interesting now. Okay. Okay, so I guess I want to go further with this like specular things going on, especially here. Really wild stuff going on. So let's try to do something like that. And I want to duplicate this edges hard manual and call it big spec manual, some sort of like that. Add a paint, no, add a black mask, add a paint, and now let's manually using alphas do some kind of that variation. So let's go to alphas and let's try and pick the one that can serve its purpose. How about this one? No. How about this one? No. I need something more sort of like this. Well, no. Okay, I guess this one is still the best. This is really good alpha. I'm using this one really quite a lot. And let's place it underneath our edges. Turn off gloss and turn the specular to overlay. And now let's find that spot that will make a difference. Right there. Well, that looks quite nice, actually. Let's erase at those places that this thing is not needed. Make transition more soft. Yeah, this looks quite nice. Guess I could go even brighter. Sort of like this. Yeah, this looks really good. Let's clean it up right here. I do not need it there. And right here. Okay, this looks cool. Let's do the other side. Come on. Like that. It's kind of a good thing to use one alpha and then just erase a lot of it so that it's not going to look the same everywhere, because that might be the problem, because if you're using same alpha everywhere, this will look basically the same. You don't need that, obviously. You want every stroke look different, so it's really useful to do this. Oh, come on. Like that. Guess it's too much over here. Yeah, you can definitely see something going on there, which is really, really good looking. Okay. And let's do the same thing on the top. I'm not sure if I still do like these guys, to tell you the truth. Let's leave barely seeing those. Like that. Okay. Right. Like that. Let's do this thing here in such a manner. And you can actually do this kind of stuff. Exclude the same alpha out of the same alpha. And whoa, no. Yeah, it affected too much or not. Come on. Yeah. Now let's go to this. To the eraser tool and cut everything which is not needed. This one is too much over here. All of this is actually a matter of personal preference, whether you like it or not. I just like a lot of things, but subtle. This is the main thing that creates the whole picture. A lot of subtle things. This is what makes some parts look really good. A big amount of different subtle things. Yeah, I do like the way it looks here. So let's check the reference. Guess I can do something here. So let's try to add this guy here. No, I guess it's going to be different way of doing that. So I really like this cool effect, and I'm thinking where else I can put it. Obviously this thing happened because of that part touches holster or something. I guess I could add some of it here as the finger is resting on this place like that, and let's just clean it up. Make it not that strong but still yet visible, like that. Yeah, looks good. And let's do the same thing on this side, somewhat like here, for example. Yeah. And why not to add it just on top of this? Like so. Obviously this is not a result of any kind of wear or special treatment in this place. This is just decoration. This is a nice looking effect. I want to make it cool and looking nice. So I'm just adding it here. Gives a nice variation on the specular. Like that. And it works. Looks good. Okay, let's save and export to Marmoset to see if this thing works. Okay. Okay, so can't actually see it on the specular. Why is that? No, I can, but I guess that's because of contrast. Too much of contrast. Let's add some more sources of light. It actually mixes up with the glossiness, with the general glossiness, I guess. Let's try and turn that off. Gloss variation. No, it's not the one. Gloss big spots. Yeah, now let's export again and see if there is a difference. Also, the material in general might be too glossy. I guess I can add a gloss overlay that will tone down the glossiness. Let's see here now. Well, actually, it's hard to see it still, even with that gloss turned off. Well, you kind of can see, but it's not that obvious. And yes, I think the reason is now it looks not that glossy. It makes more sense. So, and you can see that big gloss spots creates like too much glossiness. Let's try and tone it down. Let's try to switch it to overlay and bring it down. No, not that down. Just a bit. And big spec manual, let's make it a bit stronger, like this. And let's erase it here because it's too bad. Yeah. Where is the big gloss spots? Yeah, gloss big spots. Well, it kind of creates difference, but too slightly. Okay, let's try this. Export it. Okay. Well, I guess it kind of looks not bad. I can definitely see that spec variation here, but not on the other side. Why so? I can see that on the top, right here as well, but not here. I guess the X, yeah, this XD hurts this thing. I need to do some of it right here so that it will be more seen. Okay, let's make it stronger. First of all, let's see if this thing actually is on the proper place. Let's increase it just a bit. And big spec manual. Let's edit this again. Yeah, it goes on this XD, which is just covering that thing. I need to do something more manually here. Like so. And maybe some here. Yeah, you can see that alpha just made for that spot. Like this. Let's make it even more stronger. Because actually on the reference it's quite strong. Or even more. Or even more. Let's go crazy. Okay. Let's export this guy. Okay, let's see in Marmoset. Yes, this looks not bad at all, but a bit too much with the glossiness, with that glossy spots. Obviously, too much. But the spec looks good. I like the way the specular looks. Let's turn off everyone except one guy. Yeah, I'll turn down the glossiness just a bit, but the rest looks nice. Let's bring this guy down here. Yeah, so now you can see the top. Yep, this looks good. So go to this gloss big spots and turn it down, but not too much, like this. Okay, so another thing that I like to do is adding random spots, dark and bright at the same time. So let's add a new layer underneath edges. Call it light spots. Specular to overlay. Set it brighter. Add a black mask. Add a fill. And let's drop, for example, even this alpha here. And scale it. Like so, for example. Or even more. Like that. Now let's add some levels. Some sort of like that. And set the brightness to maximum. And you can see those spots right there. Such things is a common thing. They happen all the time at any kind of surface. There will always be some dark and light spots, like randomly. Okay. Like so. Let's duplicate and call it dark spots. And let's change the fill layer with something different. Something a bit more noisy. For example, this one. Yeah. This one's going to be dark, but not too dark. And a bit scaled up because that was too small. Like so. You can see that those dark and light spots, they create a nice variation. I guess I can duplicate the dark spots and rotate them differently so that there will be more of those. Just like that. Yep. This creates nice variation. So another thing I thought would be nice is where is this thing? Barrel tip variation. Yeah, this one. Let's add a paint layer and let's add it right there. Right here. Because I have this nice reference right there. Kinda does the same thing here. That might be dirt or something else, which is less glossy. And now let's just erase softly. No, I said softly. Like that. So I don't like this seam too much. However, it's still there. Why so? Who is that? This one. No, I don't need it here. Right, the black. Yeah. This thing creates a seam. But not only it. What else? Add a paint layer. Like that. Let's turn on the rest. Yeah. Okay, and let's use this alpha for erasing and see if it's gonna work. Angle jitter to 0. Yeah, this looks not bad. But not that strong. Some sort of like that. Nope, that's too much. Still too much. Still too much. Some sort of like that. Okay. No, I don't do that. Because it affects this part. I don't need that. So let's select the eraser tool. Flow to 1 and decrease it in this manner. So that it's still there, but not that hard.